A couple of the local ones might have been negative just because, like, I'd say retention type of thing, but a couple of the local ones I've been on, it was kind of like, okay, we'll have it this week, plan to meet up again, but then, like, just things get in the way, and there's some of the groups I've never met up again since, like, and, like, it is a shame to see, but at the same time, like, people just have other things to be doing, and it's just a part of life. But then a lot of them have been successful, like, even if it's just committees that meet up and do a clean-up, or, like, organised to do a clean-up, or organised to have a fun day, and a fun day successful, like, them types of committees are very positive to see.
So what about the informal committee then, in your cafe committee that you were talking about? Was that a positive or a negative experience?
No, yeah. While we were all in the committee, it was positive. We thought it was very positive because it helped the cafe run smoothly, and it took a bit of, like, workload and pressure off the leaders and the volunteers at the cafe, because, like, we had been in charge of the shopping and making our trip with the shopping, and because we knew we were on the committee, we knew that we had to keep the place clean, so it felt like it was our responsibility to do that also. So it wouldn't be a case of the night's over, leave all on the adults and we all leave, but like, no, this is our community, and our community, we're in charge, so we have to make sure it's clean as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a positive experience.
Okay, so now I'm going to move on to talk about the benefits of participation in youth structures. So do you feel there are benefits being involved in youth participation? And tell me a bit about them. For you, personally.
Would sports clubs count as youth structures?
Yeah.
Or, yes, I believe it's very important to be part of a youth structure, no matter what age you are. But, a sense of belonging is very important, I believe, among young people. Like, just being able to go somewhere where you fit in and you're wanted and you're welcome. Like, it's very good, especially with, like, regards of mental health aspects of things. Like, if you do go, say, training 2-3 times a week and you have all your friends there, you're good at what you do, you know they want you there, that sense of happiness and belonging can really go a long way. Yeah. Being a part of a structure like that.
And so the participation structures then that we spoke of, would they have had the same effect, do you think?
Yeah, like
benefits?
They would have, because when we'd meet up, like, I'll talk about the reference panel, like, there'd be group chats made, everyone talking about how excited they are to see everyone. Would have been a pretty tight family, like, it was a large number of us, would have been a tight family that would have kept in touch, and, like, I've honestly made friends for life in that place that I was to talk to, and this was like 2-3 years ago now. So yes, it's important, like, in our friend
bases. There is a lot of benefits, and even the local ones, like your cafe committee and all that. There was benefits to that. The
benefits of even learning, not even meeting new people, just learning skills that we'll be using in everyday life.
Yeah. Okay, so we talk a bit more about the skills that you might learn. So how do you feel that you made a difference to your project and also to your community? Do you feel like you made a difference throughout your experience in youth participation? Do you think you made a difference?
I'd like to have seen myself as a role model type of thing, and helped a few of the younger members join. Maybe some that aren't even involved anymore, but at the time, got new people involved by me being very involved. I think a lot of, like, the changes we would have made would have been, like, short term type things. So, like, in the moment it was good. Like, I just can't remember off the top of my head, but no, I know when we did it, we were happy with our results. I just can't remember everything right now, like, because it's been that
so
long.
You think you made it, and then in your cafe, do you think you made a difference?
Yeah, because, like I said, we helped the cafe run smoothly. Everyone was happy on the night. Like, most nights, there's things that happen that aren't in our control as community members. Yeah. But yeah, it would help it run smoothly, and people had fun. We got more people involved, type thing. Yeah,
very good. So you got more people involved. Do you think that your involvement influenced other people positively? You've kind of touched on that a bit already.
Yeah, like, I know, maybe not even in Dublin, but, like, such as reference panel, because I would have had it on my social media and would have talked about what we were doing. I would have had several people text me like, oh, what's that, looks good, how do I get involved, type thing, and I'd just let them know.
Yeah, very good. Do you feel that your involvement had an impact on your confidence?
100%. Yeah, because at the moment I would like to see myself as a good public speaker, but this is because of all the practice I have gotten in my committees.
Yeah.
You'll have to give presentations in front of people like at a local level. Even in the committees, like if you have to stand up and talk in front of like 10 of your peers, and on the reference panel you'd be up talking in front of nearly 100 people. So a lot of practice, and then just meeting people that like want to hear you and want to listen to you when you speak just really does boost your confidence altogether.
Very good. So confidence was influenced then. Do you feel that being involved in youth participation impacted on your personal development?
Yes.
So apart from confidence,
Apart
all
from
the other
confidence,
stuff.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, the skills.
Yeah. So what kind of skills? Tell me a bit about it.
Skills now. Okay, it's public speaking skills, leadership skills. I would like to believe I am a good leader, but that is because of being put in positions of you're the chairperson of this committee this time. Like I was the chairperson of the committee when we got to meet the councillors and all that. Like I remember when I was first given the role of chairperson, it kind of felt like a big daunting, but like over time it's kind of people would come to me for advice questions. That because I had kind of done similar things before. So yeah.
So leadership,
communication, public speaking, or communication. Okay, other skills. You would have to be organised as well. Like I'm not as organised, but I think I'd be even worse if I had participated in all these.
Yeah. So there's an opportunity at the end if you think of anything else anyway. Okay. Do you feel that your values and attitudes changed as a result of being involved in youth participation? So the way you looked at the community around you and...
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, 100%.
And the values you hold to
definitely.
yourself. Yeah?
Yeah, values would have changed. And my personality, I think I became a very more understanding and empathetic person from doing all that. Because like here in Philbstown, we are very like lucky to have such great facilities. But like during the course of all my committees, like I've gone to talk to everyone from all over the place. Like you realise not everyone has as much as you. So like, it did make me appreciate everything we have more. Just an understanding for other people.
Yeah,
and
so your attitude to other people.
Definitely would have really been positive. I'd have learned a lot from other people. So like overall attitude and understanding.
Yeah, so if you think about the Farouk before your youth participation experience and the Farouk now.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a big difference?
Yeah, I would like to say I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
Like a nice understanding person, but I just don't feel I would have been as much if I didn't participate in all that, because like there was a lot of learning that happened in them periods of time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Moving on then to your involvement may have affected you socially. Was there any changes to relationships and friendships and how you communicated in them? So socially, do you think it impacted on you?
Well, socially, first thing that comes to mind is the friends I've made for life. Like one of my friends, I don't know if we mentioned names, but like, I was true for Olga, like, she lives in Mayo, I live in Dublin, otherwise we'd never met. Like just the other day, we just had a little catch up, like I'll be seeing her again this weekend, like I haven't seen her in a year, but I know I'll see her this weekend, like.
It's always the same.
Yeah, still good, but yeah, so that is the social aspect, like giving me friends for life.
And the friends that you would have had already then, do you think that was impacted your relationships that were existing before?
Yeah, I kind of like learn more about my friends by meeting new people, and like I would have lost friendships as well, actually thinking about it, because I realised that some of the people I associated with aren't the type of people I want to be associating with, just from speaking to other people, seeing other people's views on life and other things. Like from meeting people on all these different communities, I'd have realised like some people I'm currently associated with, because I would have had so much fun with them, would have had so much more in common, and then like you'd go back home and just like be chilling with your friends or so, and you're just like, no, I don't really think this is the way for me, type of thing. Okay.
So what about communicating then within your relationship? Was that impacted the way that you would have communicated before and after?
probably not enough for my communication in friendships and relationships.